Today we explore the life of William Marion Branham, a man whose name has stirred deep admiration and even deeper controversy in modern Christian history. Born in the hills of Kentucky in 1909, Branham's story would span poverty, mystical experiences, worldwide evangelistic campaigns, and a legacy that reshaped charismatic Christianity after World War II. William Branham came into the world on April 6, 1909, near Burkesville, Kentucky, the oldest of 10 children in a poor farming family. Branham later told of a strange light at his birth and other mystical events in childhood, stories that foreshadowed his later ministry. His family moved to Jeffersonville, Indiana, where life remained harsh. Branham grew up with little formal religion, hard labor, and the challenges of deep poverty. He claimed that as a young boy, God spoke to him, instructing him to avoid smoking and alcohol. These experiences shaped his early worldview, though his family had little connection to organized religion. In his late teens and early 20s, Branham drifted from work on ranches and odd jobs to a sudden search for meaning after a near-death experience caused by gas inhalation. During recovery, he said a voice called him to seek God. This marked a turning point. Branham began attending church, converting to Christianity, and eventually becoming a pastor in Jeffersonville. He married Amelia Hope Brumbach in 1934 and started a family, but also faced personal tragedy when his wife became ill and later died, events he would later interpret through the lens of his divine calling. Branham's transformation from a local pastor to an international figure began in 1946. On May 7th of that year, he claimed to have experienced an angelic visitation, commissioning him to pray for the sick and lead a worldwide ministry. This marked the start of what became known as the post-World War II healing revival, a period of massive religious meetings focused on divine healing and spiritual renewal. His services drew crowds in the thousands. Branham's calming, simple preaching style, combined with stories of dramatic healings and what he described as angelic guidance during his sermons, brought him fame across the United States and eventually to Europe, Africa, and India. And what set Branham apart was not merely the size of the gatherings, but the narrative he built around them, that God was actively revealing himself through signs, healings, and supernatural knowledge. In services, Branham would pray for individuals, sometimes sharing personal details as though revealed directly by God's Spirit. This approach helped him gain both devoted followers and widespread attention. Many evangelists of the era were flamboyant. Branham was notably quiet and deliberate, which some historians credit with making his ministry seem more authentic and powerful to audiences. As Branham's influence grew, so did debate about his teachings. Later in his life, he began focusing heavily on biblical prophecy and church history, interpreting scripture in ways that diverged from mainstream Christianity. These teachings, later termed Branhamism, included interpretations of the 7 church ages of Revelation and claims about contemporary church decline that some found radical. Branham's theological positions and some of his doctrinal assertions generated controversy, leading many in broader Christian circles to question or reject aspects of his message. Despite controversy, Branham's impact on the modern charismatic movement cannot be underestimated. He is credited by many religious historians as a primary figure in the healing revival and as an early influence on the larger Pentecostal and charismatic renewal movements that followed. His meetings, teachings, and recorded sermons spread throughout numerous countries and inspired a generation of preachers. His influence is especially noted in the rise of televangelism and in groups that emphasize divine healing, prophecy, and restorationist theology. On December 24, 1965, Branham's life came to an abrupt end following a car accident in Amarillo, Texas. He died at the age of 56, leaving behind a vast archive of sermons, recordings, and a worldwide movement of followers. much. While some remember him as a powerful spiritual figure, others critique his doctrines and long-term influence. William Branham remains one of the most compelling and debated religious figures of the mid-20th century, a preacher whose life touched millions, reshaped parts of modern Christianity, and sparked movements that live on in diverse forms to this day. Whether seen as a prophet or a polarizing teacher, his story is a reminder of the complex ways faith, charisma, and human conviction can shape history. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of William Branham. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about inspiring figures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories that inspire, educate, and captivate.
In the quiet of the night, when no one sees, a lonely heart is crying on bended knees, tears on the floor, heaven is near, whispering names that no one hears. A hidden fire, a silent flame, no applause, no earthly fame, but heaven listens when he prays, and chains are breaking far away. Let revival fall like rain, let your fire burn again. From the secret place we cry, hear our broken, humble lives. We will stand, we will pray, till the darkness fades away. Lord, remember those who kneel in the shadows, make us real. In a small room behind closed doors, he's fighting battles no one saw, groans too deep for words to say, birthing hope in desperate prayer. While the city sleeps in sin, he's calling lost souls back again. One tear, one cry, one plea shakes the gates of eternity. Let